Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the RaceKraft Simulations V8 Veterans Split 4 round, otherwise known as the Friday Night Chook Raffle, where any number can win. I'm John Van Ree. With me, I've got Daniel Schaefer, Mark Dial, and Phil Whiting. How are we, guys?
Good, thank you.
Good, thanks.
Definitely,
very good, mate.
Definitely always good to be back again in round one of a new season, new names, new faces, and of course it is definitely going to be a very, very interesting season. Already off to a very interesting start, as we had, of course, the old iRacing maintenance come and interrupt everything. So tonight's race was scheduled in to be 300 kilometres, starting with an Enduro because somebody doesn't like the drivers. But because of iRacing, we cut it back down to a lovely amount of 250 Ks, which worked out well. A few people in the chat on Thursday afternoon making me nervous, saying I've calculated everything wrong, but I think Pony's done it a few times and we got it right. So all the racing was done and dusted in time in all the splits, and I don't think anybody went full time as well, which was great to see. Let's have a look at the track. Of course, we're at SEBRING International Raceway, built on an old USAF Air Force base. So, of course, we like to use some of the runways and some of the old taxiways where we start on the start-finish straight, head down into turn one where we sweep around the high-speed corner into the off-track area or off the runway area where we go into turns 2 and 3. Through 4, 5, and then we take the big bend and then we go past all the way down into the hairpin. Very, very treacherous part of the course. Come out of the hairpin through Fangio and head down, of course, to Cunningham, where we then come sweeping through turn 11 at Collier, turn 12 and 13 at Tower. You got to get that one correct if you're going to get good speed. Down through Bishop and down into the Le Mans complex. Get through the Le Mans complex safely. You're going to then go through the Oldman Straight and then head down into the unique one and only Sunset Bend, or as we like to call it here at Vets, for the old OG members, you'll know this one very well as Peacock Bend. And so we sweep through there, back down through the start-finish straight. For those who are not aware, Cam Veacock, safety car driver extraordinaire, I think it was about round 12, put it into the fence on the outside of Sunset, and it made the iRacing top 10 and also made iRacing Twitter and Facebook by itself as an individual incident. And I think it got something like 14,000 likes, didn't it, Mark?
Oh, something like that, yeah. It was pretty high.
It's pretty high. So definitely Sunset is part of Vets folklore. And I know, Cam, if you're out there, brother, love you. You talked to him about a month back. Yeah, Cam Veacock, Luke Holland, two absolute legends of the league. Let's continue on now. Let's have a look at the grid for this one as we'll bring that up. I'll hit the other button because it looks better. we'll bring that up. And, of course, as we run through that, we have Marty Hughes representing the Pelicans from Pacific Esports racing on pole. The 707 cracking a 205.145. Got to say, I was a bit not too surprised. Banksy's back in the pack, and the Pacific boys have definitely plucked a feather out and have got their bills absolutely full at the moment. Lining up alongside him, the first of our new rookies. And, of course, tonight the rookies I haven't put the blue next to, so we know who they are this season. Daryl Callahan, the privateer, sitting on the front row, only 1,000th of a second behind, or 100th of a second behind. So that's a fair cracking effort there from Daryl. Lukey Powell, everyone messaging me during the week. This bloke's setting 2 fast times, couldn't put it on pole. Of course, Lukey, the Tasmanian, fair chance he may miss a few rounds as well. Then we have our American friend, Lester Craig, coming in for Shadow Racing. So we have another American in the league, another rookie, Lester. I don't think he's based in the US at the moment, but he's definitely racing with us for Shadow, an absolute cracking gentleman. So Bruce has been telling me. And then on the third row, we have Phil Whiting in the room with us at the night from Passion Sim Racing. You happy with that one, Phil?
Yeah, that was a PB. Yeah, so I was very happy with it. But I was surprised Marty set a 4.5 in practice, so he was a bit slower in qualifying. But yeah, happy.
And, of course, lining up next to you on the third row was KO. Philo, I've probably pronounced that wrong, but he did jump on the radio and talk early on in the race, and I'll tell you what, he has got one of the best accents. I'm sorry, Gunter, but this bloke, he has it all over you 100%. And he and this one, it's going to come from league management. If he wants to speak on the radio during the race, RC, let him go. And on the fourth row, we have my good mate Jeff Sanderson from Player One. Nothing like a bit of Player One on the front row, and he's lined up alongside Dave Holly. So is there any chance we get a bit of Player One on Player One action? We'll see that a bit later, maybe not. On the fifth row, Tommy de Wit from WK&P Sim Sports lines up alongside Adam Hughes, who's racing for a new team this season with Gamma Flare Esports. So no more Nara fasters on the car, which I think is a bit disappointing for Nara, but we'll see what Hughesy can do. On the sixth row is Carl Pickering, Pico Industries. This man has gone to great lengths to be with us and race, and fantastic to see him on the sixth row lining up alongside Ross Watson from Misfits. As we go over the page, and we have Brendan O'Loughlin from Frogleap Juice Racing lining up alongside Darren Friend on the seventh row. On the eighth row, Daniel Schaefer from Omen Racing lining up alongside Angry Birds' Darren Walden. How was your quali, Daniel?
Not too bad. I probably had a 6-1 in me or something like that, but I knew it was, is what it is. I was happy enough.
Fair enough. On the ninth row, we have, of course, Matthew Fu, one of our other rookies, another privateer, lining up alongside the privateer Darren Freer. Great to have the boy back from the Riverina. And then on the 10th row, we have John Van Ree lining up alongside the Locked On Lads podcast streamer extraordinaire, Peter Wilkinson. On the 11th row, we have Sean Slater from Henry James Racing lining up alongside my favourite Dutchman, Greg Sholton from Mustangs, North Queensland. And then, of course, on the 12th row, we have Kevin O'Neill from We Race lining up alongside the Old Mates and Sons rookie, Doug Wright. As we go over the page, we have my favourite American, Jeff Eddy from Team AJR, lining up alongside Peter Morris from Fishy Motorsports, followed by David Leslie, the privateer, and Anita Buckland from Old Mates and Sons lining up in front of Rob Baxter from CX2 and Dave Baldock from Dave 37 WK&P Racing. Rob Baxter qualified 29th. Apparently, this is the story, and it's a very, very key story. Apparently, he flew back economy class from Melbourne to Brisbane. He had to wait a long time, a lot of traffic, very difficult to get out of the airport, which it always is at Brisbane with all the works and stuff going on there. Got out of the airport, raced home, literally kissed the wife, got slapped by the wife, and went straight into the sim room. No food, no drinks, no hello, and put himself 29th on the grid. So I really feel sorry for Rob Baxter. And if anyone's looking for a housemate in Brisbane, give Rob a call. As we move on to the next row, we've got Nathan Cadman from Passion Sim Racing, another one of the rookies, lining up alongside Tim Hall from Player One. And then we have Vaughan Robinson in 33rd, lining up alongside Bruce Galloway, another one of our privateers. Tim Vermey lining up alongside Phil Marsh. And keep an eye on Marshy this season, of course. Marshy is running the V8 Veterans Over 70s Champion Golden Banner. As we go over the page, we then have David Logsdale lining up in 37th. And then Gunther von Nordschleife did not set a time. He does not like these American tracks. And Darren Vermey did not set a time. Craig Rose did not set a time. And Travis is our race control, and Lucas Burt is our safety car driver, and Luke Neville is our senior race control. And that is the grid, boys.
Very interesting grid.
Big grid.
A very big grid. Bit disappointed though, only 40 cars. I thought, no, with 50 signed up, we would have had a few more, but that's all right. I know there is a lot of away, and speaking of being away this season, if you are away, make sure you jump into the Season 23 Can't Race channel and just let us know that you're not racing, just so that we all are aware, because later in the season, when we get further along, we will definitely be going down the lines of maybe tapping people on the shoulder and saying, look, you haven't raced, you didn't tell us what's going on. And we definitely may then look at the waitlist guys and see if we can squeeze some in. But that's for a bit later. Anyway, I reckon, boys, I might ask for a few picks. Of course, we've got one of the AGs after speaking about Cam Veacock crashing at Sunset. Craig Healy's jumped in and joined us. How are you, Craig?
Yeah, good, boys. How you going?
Yeah, good, mate. Good.
Hey, Mark.
So, boys, any hot tips going into this one? Any thoughts before we light the wick?
Well, I was expecting Marty to just take off, given that practice time he said of an 04.5, but yeah, the new guys, you had no idea, Darryl. Yeah,
Luke seemed quick in practice when I seen his name come up.
Yeah, Luke's just quick, just whether he can put a race to get season together. That's the thing. Luke's one of these guys. He's been sitting there, and there's been a bit of pressure put on after the splits were done with the pub test, and the pub test came back and basically said he's got to put a season together. So anyway, we'll see what he can do. Anyway, I going to go that one. And of course, Lotto took raffle numbers, boys. Everyone's got a number, which is good to see. And now what I reckon? I reckon it might be time to spin the numbers around and see if we can come up with a winner. And of course, anyone selling Friday night took raffle shirts. For you, Pato, I will organise it. I'll get on to Reg tomorrow and we'll organise you one, Pato. Just let me know what size. And as we continue on, we will light the wick on this one and let's get the party started. Racing volume's up. It's good. We're away. It's a great start from Marty Hughes. Powell's got the jump, though. And the big loser, Callahan, coming around the corner. Tucks it in nice and tight. As we spread a bit wide, or a bit argy-bargy, a bit further down the back. As I'm supposed to be on Nathan Cadman about now, but I think I've missed the boat on that. He has run off wide. So already a few big movers and shakers. Interesting one at this stage is Gunter's already up 6 spots in the first 3 corners. Great drive so far as we head down into turn 7. Where is my friend Mr. Pete Morris? Keep an eye on him. Plenty of action. Big dive. He's on the grass. Oh, that's a strike.
Clean bowled.
if you are anyone out there, Michael Whiting, if you're out there, can we please have the big Miley Cyrus put on Pete's bonnet for next week? As we get back on the action up the front, Marty Hughes continues on. He's doing quite well. Jeff Sandford doing really well. Big mover at the moment, though. I'm going to go back here. I know we've got big winners at the front. This bloke here, he is up 13 spots already. He's absolutely flying.
You watch American tracks.
He's past Baldock. That is already a big thing in itself. We're just going to sit on this for a minute because this is like Moses from Germany. And he's absolutely flying here. He's going to make another move. Oh, no. Yes. Oh, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. He's through. No. Yes. That's on a Vermi. Yeah, we'll work on that one. We'll take that. We'll continue on. We'll go back up the front.
No prisoners there.
No prisoners there. Continuing on. So Luke Powell got the jump here. Luke is flying, racing with M1. I've been talking the cross about how quick this bloke is. Of course, Sarge in there telling me that his computer absolutely played up. A lot of boys talking last night about stuttering and low frame rates. So I'm wondering what's got a bit to do with the new graphics model, with the glare and everything else that's been coming in. Let's go back to Hughes. Lap 2 has started. What's sit on Marty Hughes here? He's absolutely putting the pressure on.
I turned the Gamma down, which takes a little bit of the glare off the Mustang dash.
Yeah, I think the new update, they've actually altered it a little bit as well.
It was a bit over the top, I thought. Like a couple of the apexes, corners and stuff was very hard to see the apex.
Yeah, down into this corner. This right
end
here.
It's a puff of smoke! Oh no, Hughesy! It is dead as a doornail. The Pelican just crapped itself.
Big overrash.
I couldn't believe it when it happened. It just, smoke signals up the front, and we just thought, oh, we're half a chance now.
Lucky Powell is gone.
I actually did that in the same spot in practice. Blew the engine there.
Yeah, I did it in practice.
Cadman trying to get himself back under control. I was very nervous for these new guys coming in, like talking to a few people throughout the week. A lot of nerves. Big league, a lot of the guys, I think, coming from officials or other smaller stuff. So to jump into the big show. So great to see them having a bit of a dip.
Talking to Nathan today, he loved it. Yeah, he just couldn't believe the professionalism of the league. Yeah, he was excited. Yeah. Not to get used to it, but he enjoyed it.
Jump onto this.
Leicester's over the moon too.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad they are. Well, she's a bit of a battle. Being only the 2-week break between seasons. Whee!
Oh, that's close.
Yeah, being a 2-week gap between seasons, a fair bit of effort goes into getting it all organised. And, of course, Scott and myself are both under a heavy workload at the moment. So, yeah, we got it done. Great driving here. I might stay with this battle for a little bit longer.
Yeah, I'd stay with them for a little bit longer. I've got a feeling.
Of course, we've got too many blue and black cars out in the league at the moment. Everyone accusing somebody last night of player one and player one action. Tommy, of course, working very hard.
Oh, no.
No. And we just go to the blimp. Let's go to the blimp here. There's guys going everywhere with a car stuck in the middle of the track. And, oi, Gunter with the big sweep.
Oh, then they run into each other again.
Oh, that is ugly. It's Gunter up 19 spots now. And he's under all sorts of pressure here. Oh, he's been put off by Anita Buckland. Anita Buckland has just touched the rear end of Gunter. Oh, I hope Gary didn't see that.
I was going to say, I hope Gary's happy with that.
Oh, my God. Gunter has just been punted. Up 19 spots. I can understand why he's not with us tonight now. And I can understand the language that was coming out of his mouth. That is disappointing. But he's got himself going again. We'll jump back out of the blimp. Jeez, Anita. What were you thinking?
Go hard or go home.
Yeah.
Robbins Racing.
Yep.
Let's continue on. Lap 4 here now. Jump on the course by mate Jeff Sandford. He is under all sorts of pressure from his teammate Dave Holly behind him. Big shout out to Dave Baldock. He thinks I'm Darryl Eastlake.
Yeah, I was going to say big shout out to the Port Adelaide too last night, Dave. Great game.
I'm not commentating. Oh, there's a bit of action there. That is, looks like Leicester might have spun. Let's put Sando off the track. Let's jump. What was that?
No, I was just understanding why I'm still up the front at the moment. All these quick blokes getting turned and behind. Yeah, it's almost getting a free kick.
I was taking the free kick.
Lester's come on back on. He had to wait for everyone to go through. Get himself back on the track.
Oop, there we go. Gary just saw Anita touching Gunter's rear end. Gordon and Slater, Gary. I hear they got good service. Hey! Jeff Eddie's just been given the trump. Spun him around there. That is Eddie in trouble. So plenty of action down the back at the moment. As we go back to the front, Darryl Callahan, the rookie. He's doing an awesome job here. You're a bad Anita. So 2.5 or 3 seconds leaky power back to here where we've got Callahan and Whiting. What are you thinking at this stage, Phil? The rookie in front of you?
I'm in rare territory and I haven't raced against Darryl, so I'm trying to figure him out. Trying to put as much pressure on as I could, but I reckon as the race went on, he's a nice man actually. He just holds his line. He races well.
Definitely doing very well at this stage.
He's fast.
It's very fast. He's going to slip down the back. Where is my friend Sean Slater? He's got Wilco behind him. There's a few canes being destroyed there. Not sure who that was. Looks like Darryl Walden. Oh! Slats gets his way through that safely. Dave Leslie in a bit of trouble.
This is insane because I remember all the call-ins that were happening during the race because I'm usually in there amongst it. You know what's going on, but it was it was almost a record race control night. What did it be? Yeah,
they were up there. They were still going. They were still going very, very late last night. So hats off to Trav and Luke and Lucas.
They do an excellent job, but very busy night for them.
Reckon they had a nice back for their hands for today. A lot of riding.
Definitely. So I think things will settle down for a little bit now, though. So we'll get back with the battle here with Phil.
I felt like I had a rope tied to the back of his car. I just couldn't get in front of him. It was great. Probably the best race I've had following Darryl, trying to get around him.
Just such a tough track. The rough surface, the different lines, particularly in Sunset.
Yeah, the highway was pretty horrific too.
And then, of course, the Wednesday night with the Pro Series last week and all the hoo-ha that went down with Turn 16 and between Madison Down and Rattray White. And then, of course, I've gone and written the sup-regs the complete opposite to what everyone else was talking about doing and saying the racing lines are the racing lines and stick to them. Which is what basically we were playing to in the Pro Series. Of course, hats off to Madison as well. That is a big move. It's going to get that done. It's going to get that done. It's going to get that done. No!
I thought I'd lost my front end then. But I'm just, yeah.
Hey, Daryl. Now he's getting swamped by Holly. Hey, definitely moving down.
No, he spun by himself there.
Pretty much. Didn't register in my system. That sort of tells you what that is.
Yeah.
And Will Wilson asking where Dave Baldock is. He's up 11 spots in 19th at the moment. He's got Braden O'Loughlin trying to make a move on him. And he's having a bit of a busy night, old Dave. Lap 6, of course.
Early days, nice and steady.
Aaron Walden battling away here. He's got a bit of a contest with Sean Slater behind him. Slat's driving pretty well. There, Muggo. Daryl is a rookie. So our rookies at the moment are Callahan and Galloway back in 14th. We'll go back up to 9th. Yeah, Galloway in 14th is our second rookie. So Bruce doing very well. And then, of course, moving down the order a bit, I think our next one is Doug Wright. And Ko Philo, he's the next one. He's doing a really cracking job as well, running for the We Race boys. Lester Craig back in 28th. So the rookies are all out there. They're all having a real good drive. Lester, of course, our third American into the league. That's Marshy, I think, going out into the wilderness.
Into the fence.
No, it wasn't Marshy. It might have been Lester, I think. Yeah, it might have. I think it was Lester managed to get under control already, yeah. Sando into the pits. He's gone in early. The Marshy's got it going. It's still happening. Can go back up to Darren Walden. This is where a bit of a battle is. Almost everyone is up a spot.
Yeah,
he's pretty much right.
Running off.
You don't want to see the bottom end. There's a few boys up down quite a few spots. Of course, Tommy de Wit towed without permission. Got himself into a bit of trouble.
Did he get disqualified for that?
Yep.
Yep.
A very good start next week. So not a good one for a championship. Hot tip for any of the rookies watching. Your toe button, get it well away from your fingers on the wheel.
It's a tough call when it's an accident, but it's you got to hats off to the consistency of race control, though.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Lap 7 here.
Darren's getting around good, I reckon. I'll do a bit of racing with him. We've had some pretty good battles.
Darren was quite quick. Like, Darren's been around for quite a few seasons.
Yep.
Not trying to make people sound old, but Darren's been around for quite a few seasons and had a bit of a family medical scenario play out, which took him out of the sim for quite a few seasons. And last season was his first full season back. And yep. I think now we're starting to see him come to grips with being back in the seat and getting a bit of seat time. And yeah, it's good to see Darren getting back to where he was. Definitely a split 3, split 2 driver back in his day. So
yeah, right. So we just expect him to get better then.
Yeah, I expect him to get a little bit better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Travis in the chat as well. Travis, of course, the man behind our new intro that we have for the league. Of course, the music coming from Sorensen, been donated to the league as well from the artist himself.
That's very cool.
Let's
Put
go.
a whole pressure on him.
It's Marshy. I think Marshy is in a bit of trouble here on the straight.
Bastard.
So I may have a gut feeling, boys. We
Can't
could.
park there.
Oh, I'm going to park somewhere. It's probably not a bad spot to park. Cars in one piece. If you're going to hit Marshy there, you're doing pretty well. And, of course, just keeping an eye on my screen. This man is out and about to start moving. And we are definitely under safety car, I believe. Here he comes. Hello, Mr. Burt. And, of course, 8 laps in. What do you do, boys? Stay out or come in?
Hit.
In.
In.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader.
Something else.
So let's see what Phil does. Phil is in. Holly stays in. Callahan in. Schaefer in. Ross. Being a good Kiwi, he'd always be in for it. Darren Friend. This Muppet knows what to do. This one is in. Hughesy. Slater, Pickering. Fill her up.
That's the question. Fill her up.
And Bruce Galloway stays out. So it could be a rookie move. We'll wait and see.
Rookie. Yeah.
Yeah.
David Leslie.
What he did.
Dave Leslie continues on. 8 laps is early. There's Dave Baldock for those playing along at home. Of course, Mr. Will Wilson, drink. And Gunter, if you're there. Nathan Cadman, he's coming in as well. I think everyone else is going to come in. So it's a missed opportunity for Leslie and Galloway. With 2 compulsory pit stops, you get the one out of the way. I think lap 12 was the get-home lap for 2 stops. So definitely an opportunity to get in there. Pato saying, can the safety car do 4 laps? Got to have a quick shower before I go for dinner. If you're eating those prawns again for dinner, Pato, please send me pics because I'm on a diet. At least I can eat photos.
Is he still in Vietnam? Or-
Yeah, back on Monday.
Right.
Mini smile. One of the best travel vloggers I know, Mr. Patterson. Absolutely loving the pics he's been sending. Nicest bloke from Fossa you can ever meet. If you're ever travelling up the North Coast, highly recommend taking the detour off the Highway 1. Take the detour, go to Fossa Tuncurry, go to Beach Gamers, catch up with Pato, go to the Oceans and Lake pub and have a beer for the boy as well.
Nice
He's from
town.
Foster. Yeah. I always found Tuncurry to be nicer than Foster, but that was probably 40 years ago.
No, he lives in Tuncurry but says he's from Foster, so...
Best of both ways.
I rocked up thinking, oh, here we go. There's a big bridge in between. This is going to be like Albury-Wodonga. One side of the bridge is this, one side of the bridge is that, and it's like, no, we're all happy here. We're all one big town with just a bridge in the middle. It's like, where's the fun in that?
Yeah, I've heard that before. You got Hard Murrumborough, yeah, Auden, Albury-Wodonga, Queen Heads, Coolangatta.
That's no. Bloody. I might live in New South Wales, but I still support the Storm. I still support Queensland State of Origin. Don't shoot me.
Yeah, I do too. I'm a New South Wales boy. Got it. Every year I cop it.
God almighty, I'm going to have to get off here now. I'm a New South Welshman living in Mexico.
That's a hard life.
It is.
It's like I could see you rocking up the Bendigo and going, oh, so what NRL team do we all support?
Melbourne Storm, I hate with passion. Johnny Rebo started that, but after the Super League, but I won't go there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's had some dubious people involved along the story, but yeah.
Yeah, it's South Brisbane, I call Melbourne.
Pretty much was back in the day, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Lap 9. Got another lap under the safety car. I was supposed to be watching Gunter. I think I may have missed it. Well, not.
Gunter owes me a beer too, just quietly, John.
He owes you a beer. He owes you a Stein.
You probably could look around lap 40 and you might figure out why.
We might go to the chopper for Gunter. Oh, there it was. I was going to get the chopper.
Is that Gunter there?
Yep. That was Gunter in the back of Freya. So poor old Dave got a redress penalty for that. So quite lightly, actually, because what you didn't see in that was that Darren was actually into the back of Timmy Hall in front of him. So.
Oh, jeez. Messy.
Was Gunter on his phone then? Was that
Gunter? No.
Yeah.
No, he was complaining the whole time that they were doing like 50, 60 Ks back there instead of 80 Ks.
So he was going to speed everyone up in front of him.
His left front doesn't look very good.
Is that what you call push to, what's that?
Push to talk, yeah.
Push to pass.
Leaky Power, he's back in fourth after those stops. Galloway and Leslie, of course, have not pitted.
The first tap's a warning, isn't it?
That's right. So Darren, be very careful. Next week you'll be off.
and Leader's just written, he's watching too much porn while driving. That's a problem.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Haven't streamed into the dashboard of the car.
This is an interesting part of the race because we knew the two blokes up front hadn't pitted, and you're thinking the restart's going to be full on.
So for those wondering where Pato's been, if I can be real quick here, maybe not, we've still got a second or two. For those wondering where Pato's been getting some dental work done. It's looking good, Pato. Loving it, mate.
It's a stitch up.
If I ever did one.
I thought Pato had more hair than that and it was darker.
I think he might have bleached it a little bit and he has had a haircut. It was a lot longer than and more silver fox as well than the bleach blonde.
So that photo that comes up in his car graphic is from the 70s then?
No, the photo that comes up in the car graphic is drum roll, Zippy Zeal from back in the day.
Right.
So Zippy with the mullet.
Was that Marty just getting his lap back?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And then they said, "Oh, we will go green next lap." And everyone's going, I'm just going, really? And then the next comment was, "We're about to send the safety car away." So, okay.
Must admit, I was nervous seeing Marty get the drive down. I'm thinking new mate of rear of grid. He's just going to drive through like a madman or a man possessed. Yeah.
That's exactly what I thought too, Phil. I was like, oh well,
yeah.
I'm up the front here off.
6 kilometre track. It's a long way to get back on the back end though. Russ Watts doing a bit of weaving there. Have a bit of a read of SUPREGS, boys. Probably not the right thing to do. It's probably lucky the bloke behind him was quite nice and didn't call it in.
Read the SUPREGS this week because you were pointing to them. I went to find this came and there was no rain and I thought, oh, good.
Yeah, did you pick up on the fact that we didn't have a 5-minute warm-up?
Yes.
Good. And we are green flag racing.
Do you think Bruce has realised he should have pitted, or do you think I've got this?
No, I think he's probably realised he should have pitted.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave Wesley looking for the big move up the inside.
Ooh, the boys are racy.
Back on lap 11 here. We're going to go down. Where's my friend Lukey Powell? He's tucked in behind these boys. This is the thing now. You got a couple of slower drivers in front of the quick lads. That's the problem it creates. So a few little bottlenecks may form here. This could get some wild driving over the next few laps.
When the perspiration starts falling into your glasses and then you can't see.
I know what that's like.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
Oi, Lukey!
oh.
Didn't deal himself a good hand there.
And for me, at the start of the race last night, it was still 30 degrees.
Well, sitting here at the moment, it's still 29 degrees, so...
I've got a quite with Daryl up here.
Oi, it's happening in front here. A bit
I was actually leading the race for half a second there. And then Jeff came around the outside and gone, what the? Where'd he come from?
Here we go. Sando in the lead.
Let's go, son.
Look at him. He's put the head down. He's in the chaff bag here. He's gone. He's already out to a second.
He's got sweaty palms, but I reckon.
He got a good run on that car, so it's bloody sensational.
Definitely running deep here. Going to go on with Greg Sholton. Go a little bit further back in the pack. Coming down in the sunset. Still a bit of tyre smoke. Gets up the inside. Oh, contact with Pico. Oi! Oh, no! Baldock is dead! No!
Oh, no.
He's killed Baldock. It's like that could be a new segment, really, like South Park. Who killed Kenny? Who killed Baldock?
Who killed Baldock?
Where are we? Lap 12 has commenced. Continuing on, so very bunched up still. So the boys still falling back. Ross Watson got a little bit of a jump on. Going to go back here, Lukey Power. So still got some of these fast guys trying to work their way through the pack. Lukey Power caught on the outside again. Loses 2 spots. Oh, look at that red car go through. What a magnificent move. Probably realised at this stage that probably shouldn't be racing that guy. He's quicker than me. And in the background again, we've got some movers. Sean Slater in a bit of trouble. Braden O'Loughlin involved again. There's something about Cunningham and O'Loughlin tonight. And Sandford now coming under pressure from Phil Whiting. Whiting bringing up the battle. What are you thinking at this stage, Phil?
I was actually thinking I just want to pressure a mistake. Don't attack because I'll make a mistake. But if I can make them make a mistake, yeah, I'll sweat.
Yeah, just gotta breathe on their neck a little harder.
I'd be sitting there for quite a while, just saving fuel for a bit. That's what I'd be doing.
Yeah, long way to go.
I'm not that smart.
That's my excuse.
Yeah. Red mist, it rolls down thinking I've got to stay close, but Jeff's a hard man to pass.
Yeah, other things roll down too. Tell you what, you've got him though. You've got him. Jeff Eddie's in a bit of trouble as well. I've missed that because I'm too busy staying on this. Eddie into the wall there, coming out of sunset. Oi, almost getting taken out there from his teammate. Let's go back up the front. Sando's managed to hang on.
My biggest problem, I don't know how to overtake. You got to leave room, and then blokes turn in, and then you think, so hard to judge when you're in the cockpit view. It's easy with this view, and you realise you were nowhere near it. But
yeah, I think you've got to have a bit of trust with the person you're racing against too.
That's the hard part, isn't it?
If you can trust them, you can pretty much know if you're going to put the car there, they'll give you room.
Which is a good thing about vets compared to the officials.
Yeah.
It is good racing. Still hard.
Well, there's only 12 guys on this grid out of 30, 40 cars that I haven't raced with before. So it's kind of, the rest of them, you know who they are, and you know who's going to be aggressive, you know who's not, and you know who you can trust to be side by side with and have a good battle, and yeah.
I think quote once: if you're not racing, you're just driving. So when you race, you go hard, but by the rules.
Yeah, Daryl passed me on the first lap of the restart, and I didn't even know he was there. Clipped me right front, and I was like, "I'm gonna get him." And then he was gone quicker than I could blink.
And Jeff Eddy has now stopped on circuit as well after that previous incident, so we could potentially be another safety car. Well, I think we might have missed something, Dave. Sorry.
Yeah, that's what lap is the highlight.
Yeah, I've missed it. Already been into the pits. Nothing to see there. Thank you, Adam, for the apology. Couldn't even write it down. That's how sad it was. Yes. Should have let me know a bit earlier, boys, and I would have got that sorted. Keep talking amongst yourselves for a second.
Yeah, I mean, South Australians are half an hour behind, so that's why Dave didn't get it right.
I trust Dave not to get it right, though. Trust me not to get it right. I probably should have, because it was a pretty fired up moment in the cockpit. That's a bit of a bump and tag, of course, with Adam Hughes. But anyway.
That's the beauty of this racing. I find you get all hot under the collar and then half a can at the end and you're right.
Yeah. It takes you about 10 laps to burn the head off, and away you go again.
This goes to show how passionate everyone is about the racing. That's what I say.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And let's find the man himself. Where is he? Mr. Matthew Fu. There you go. Already done for you, Hazy. Job done. Move on. We'll go back up to Dave Holly here. He's under pressure from Lukey Powell. 5 years behind, completely missed lockdown.
That was a pretty good save.
Scotty Perrins has dropped in the room. How are you, Scotty?
Hey, good, thanks. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Jeff Sandford still leading Phil Whiting.
Tricky set of
corners. A lot of following in this race.
Actually, for the South Australian lads, keep an ear out to Mr. Sandford, of course. He is definitely very, very keen to organise a catch-up at least once or even maybe a few times with a few of you South Australian lads. Highly recommend it. I like getting around and catching up with the boys when I get time when I'm travelling around. Caught up with our Novocastrians last year and Pato and a few others, so we all race hard together, we all joke around together, and it's nothing more nice than putting a face to a name. So keep an ear out for Mr. Sandford and what they're trying to organise over there in South Australia, guys. Get involved, get on it, have some fun and enjoy. That's all I'll say. That he's opened the door up for you, Phil.
Lock the fronts. Here we go.
Oi! And Daryl Callahan getting in the middle of this as well. Oi, Jeff,
Hey.
loose.
Oh.
More loose than the kicking of Port Adelaide.
I think I'm starting to breathe now.
Just a little bit, yeah. It's lap 15, so still a fair way to go here. As we'll delete that so I can keep up.
Well, did I cross the line in front here? I had no idea. I'd love to get a 1-point bonus.
I think you do, Phil. I think you do. Here it is.
Happy man. I should watch the replay more often. Oh, yeah.
Sean Slater's paying for my fuel ticket to get to Adelaide. Thank you very much, Sean. I do have some people to see over there, so we'll get over there at some stage. As Callahan, he's definitely working for here, hard for here.
He's good.
Of course, people's champion, the man, the myth, the legend, and my Sydney brother, Mr. Jamie McKnight, in the chat as well. How are you, Jamie? I might work our way a little bit further back. Bruce Galloway just getting the move done on Timmy Hall. Timmy Hall trying to come back at him here. Was Jamie riding this track hard on tyres? Just be very thankful, of course, that we weren't here like the Pro Series boys where it was 53 degrees on track. Absolute tyre shredder. This shows how good those blokes really are. Bouncing around here for 225 Ks.
That was an insane last lap finish.
Always produces insanity, that place. And always produces, for race control, always produces controversy.
If you want it.
The Rattray White Madison Down incident, and then of course the Dylan Rudd into the back of Robbie Gibbs incident. Both of them very controversial, but hats off to RC, very methodical, and attacked it in a very professional manner and came up with very professional results. Not to the liking of the drivers, of course, but hey, they got a job to do and they do it well. Of course, the RC and Stewart team over at the Pro Series, very, very well represented here at Vets. So, got to support our lads.
Actually, you learn a lot off them when you go and ask a few questions, just to get that different perspective.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
You definitely do. I highly recommend if you get a chance, go have a chat to Peter Rishi. Pete, very, very precise and precisional and, how to say it, very procedural approach to it. And Richie, very, very, right or wrong. It's always worth talking to those guys.
I used to always say, our mum used to always say there's three sides to every story. Here's hers and the right one.
Exactly. Yep.
Deal with the right one from race control.
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
And got to say too, like, oi, Pico, come on.
Bugger.
Head back in this battle up here now.
Oh,
And of course, Pete. Sorry, go, Craig.
This got pretty spicy, I think.
Yeah.
I had no idea Roscoe was so far up.
He was driving well.
Yeah.
Four sides is Bulldog. Bulldog isn't four sides, Will. Bulldog is multi-dimensional.
Oh, well, look.
Oi.
I was trying. Yeah, I think things get a bit messy. Got a vibe about that.
Willing now.
Absolute battle going a bit wide is Sandford. He's just lost himself the whole train almost.
No, then I messed it up.
Cowie!
That was close.
3 wide.
My heart rate just went up again, and I'm not even
Four of
driving.
them.
Roscoe!
Still going.
He's still going.
Think-
This is a great epic battle. 1 and 2 cleared out with the rest of them. Thanks for coming. Oh, big lock up, Ross. That's Ross out of the battle. He's dropped out of that. Let's drop back up a bit further. That's Walton. Dropping
Yeah,
out
that
of
was
it. He's caught it, though. He's caught it.
I just hope the boys enjoyed it as much as I did. That's all I can think of. I hope the boys are thinking this is as fun as I am.
Leaky Power, the Taswegian. Keeps control.
Relative wondering how. Oh, Luke.
The Taswegian spun around.
Nice flick spin too.
I had my eye on the relative just to see where Luke was all the time, and I was enjoying the fact he was so far back. Now I understand why, because he's quick.
He keeps dropping forward and back.
Darren's watching, mate. I had a great run with you, and I'm sorry that you ears are steaming at the moment.
Let's jump over our good friend Pico here. He's in a good little battle. Well, he's down a few spots, but he's definitely fighting very, very hard. Having a bit of a look in here. Not sure whether he's at home or on the jury ring last night, but good to have Carl back. Get a chance to have a look at Carl's socials. Does his race debrief and race briefing and practice chats. Really worth listening to. Oh, Pico! No!
Oh, no.
Oh,
Not sure what happened there. Gets himself going again.
We've all done it at that corner.
It's easy to do.
Yeah.
As we head into lap 19. So he's doing quite well. He's up 3 spots in the top 10 here.
Ross is trying to march back forward again.
Yeah, definitely. Mr. McKnight, yeah, first time I met you, mate, was one of the most bizarre experiences in my life, being handed the keys of somebody's car and said, here you go buzz this around. A magnificent, stunning RX-8 with a massive big Allison turbine in it and methanol flames kit attached to it. Oh, no, Adam.
Oh.
Yeah, one of the most bizarre experiences of my life, and you're sort of being pushed very hard back into the seat of a car and you go, what am I doing? Is this really worth my license?
Yes.
Yeah. The split-second decisions you make within 3 seconds. That's what I'm going to say about that car. I've driven quite a few vehicles where you've had some great acceleration, but that thing was just, next level. Of course, I've seen Jamie's other RX3, the Rotary Man himself, another magnificent piece of machinery as well. If you ever get a chance to see that, I highly recommend you take him up on it.
My second car, the RX3, little rice burner. He was power to weight ratio was enormous.
Slater car looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's some good battles in this race.
The old Henry James Racing, though, we talk about Simon Black and Michael Korolev, but, Henry James has been around in that OSR era for a very, very long time. And the old Henry James Racing been around for a very long time. So great to see Sean waving the flag as well. And of course, Darren Friend's doing really well. He's up 7 spots in 7th. These boys were starting to get close to getting around that. Need to add a couple of A's in that brap, Jamie, because it was just one continuous brap. Very loud too. There's Leaky Power going to get the job done here on Darren Friend. Oh, a little bit of a rub there as well. First tap's a warning, Luke. Adam Hughes getting into the action as well.
I reckon when Luke had free air, he was a second quicker than the rest of us
Yeah.
per lap.
Yeah.
It's going back to the chat. One of the funny things, Jamie, we just bought an aircraft where it has a Allison turbine in it, and it was about the same size as what was in your car. That's what blew my mind. The actual turbine unit itself. The old turbo. Anyway, going to go up. Daryl Callahan back into P1, Phil. You've let him get back in front of you.
I had no idea how he got up there. He had a better pit strategy early on under the safety car, and I tried everything to pressure Daryl and Iceman, I call it. That was what I had in my head. I can't do nothing. So I was deciding I'm not going to attack. I'm just going to sit back and hopefully grab a P2 and hope he makes a mistake and I can get through. But yeah, he drove well.
Driving very well, isn't he? Look, it was a pretty impressive drive.
I was trying. I was trying.
Doing quite well.
He didn't give an inch either. He just, went hard. It was good.
So,
Just probably the
Darren,
most intense 20 or 30 laps of racing I've ever done in iRacing. It was a lot of fun.
doing very well. Lap 21, so still only a half race distance as well. So plenty of action so far. Long way to go. Might check in on our mate, Mr. Pickering, if I can find him on my leaderboard. Getting down the... Just jump on the gyro. I've done a bit of a gyro view for a little while. Let's see if we can get a lap out of Carl. Change the volume on that one a little bit, but anyway. 6 gear, like it is actually a very interesting corner, this one. You got to be patient and wait. Carl gets on the gas. Nice. They could have pushed a little bit harder into the curb there, I thought. Got Darren Vermey in front of him. Back down. What gear's he in? Can't quite see. In third, yep.
Third.
Nice work. Seeing if Darren, just seeing if he had the second. No, he's driving well in third. Very patient again. Go a little bit too hard there. This is my problem last night. I used the tyres a bit too hard. Here we go. He's having a look. Big dive.
Ooh, that's deep.
Very deep. Gets it done though.
Got it. Good job.
Nice pass.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Pickering. Looking good here. Coming around. Oi, 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 oi. Hang on to it, son. Hang on to it. And he's off.
Oh, God.
Oh.
No.
Where else can we pick on? We're going to go back to the Callahan Whiting fight. Head back to one of my other cameras. Here we go. Having a bit of a look, Phil.
I was looking I was having plenty of looks. Just couldn't. And there so much wheel spin coming out of there.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Jim Caparona saying he's blown away by the lap times. I think when you start to lay the whole league out across 4 splits on lap times, it's actually quite scary how it all meshes together. There's no massive big differences between the splits. The top half of the splits are definitely separated, but you get into the mid splits, they all start to mash in together quite well. And then the bottom, you start to see some obvious drops as well. But there's also the case you've got guys that can drive very, very well in terms of racing strategy and pace. Geez, that was interesting to just to see Callahan there lifting the wheels off the curb there. Great
I couldn't
dynamics.
Get over to the left enough. I've watched guys go over that left side hard before that right hander. I could never get over there enough without being unsettled.
Yeah.
Here's where I tried to look down the inside all the time, and he just closed the door. He was good at closing the door on that corner.
The problem is when you go the inside route there, you lose pace on the exit. It's a fine balance to get right. Big shout out to Bruce McLeod in the chat as well. Bruce going to televise the over 50s V8 Vets Championships, which start on Monday night at Bathurst. At this stage, we've only got about 40 odd entries. So if we don't get more than 60 entries, we will not be doing qualifying. We will be racing. So looking forward to that one. Of course, Bruce doing the commentary and the broadcast means this Muppet gets to come and be a bit of a sandbagger up the back.
And mate, having done the over 60 last season, it's a great Monday night's great fun. It's a really good experience. Really enjoyed it. So I reckon if you're in the over 50s or the 40 to 50s bracket, get involved.
Absolutely. Of course, over 40s next season. Of course, over 50s, still a few spots left. I've given you all to 6 o'clock on...
And I'm missing out with
6 o'clock on Sunday night to lock it in. So get it done. That's all I'm going to say.
You can make those races a bit longer for the young blokes too. They're only over 50, so they're...
No, we'll still do the same distance, the 175 Ks. 175 Ks, 2 stops of Bathurst. But all I'm going to say is just make sure you read what's going on in the server before you get into it, because there might be some interesting things coming up.
Okay, sounds interesting.
May not be first week, or maybe first week. Just depends on how upset I get.
So there might be some Queensland weather in the middle of New South Wales.
Oh, that is apparently happening as we speak at the moment, isn't it?
Oh yeah, 100%. Hasn't stopped raining up here for friggin' months.
Alpha's back.
Looking at the flood warnings, I think everything on the western side of the divide from Tamworth out west at the moment is all under flood watch. So just depends on how mean I want to be honest. I was going to work it all out still. Hands up to those that actually went and tested when I put up last Thursday a session. Did anyone jump in that session I did for Sebring last Thursday?
Yeah, I had a few blokes come back to me all panicking. Holy shit, it's going to be raining.
Hook, line and sinker.
Yeah, it got me into a wet official. I thought, holy shit.
That was the plan. It worked well.
Yep.
Anyway, all I'm going to say this year, read the sub-regs.
Yeah, she's a completely different driving lines in the wet.
Yeah. And then the other thing too is it might be a bit obvious when the sub-regs come out on Friday morning. Look, Carl. He's got going on.
Is that Carl again?
Carl again, I think it was. Yeah, it was Carl. I went jump.
Carl, right?
Yeah, I saw someone else stuff and I went to jump to that. That was my mistake. Good little battles. Let's have a look at some of the big movers and shakers. Vaughan Robinson. He's still got to do his second stop, but he's up 20 positions at the moment. So great drive. I believe he's actually racing for Southern Cross, I think. So need to probably update his team in the list as well. It's a Southern Cross livery on there. But he was racing with Hamish. Anyway, work that one out. I'll fix that one up later. And let's check on our good friend Rob Baxter. He's up 19 spots. Kissed the wife, got slapped as he ran past in his mad dash from the airport to the sim. Hats off to him, respect. Love it.
He's a strategy.
Love
he's
it.
a strategy master. He's got all the racecraft and strategy and brain power behind all that
Oh, yeah.
racing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, got the spreadsheet sorted out. Knows how to crank the numbers through. Like to call him the Bernie Collins of V8 vets. Might be worth looking at Peter Morris's rear. A bit personal, Jeff. Where is Pete? Peter Morris. Peter Wilkinson, Peter Morris. Oh, he's talking about himself. He's behind him. There we go. A nice look at Peter Morris's rear.
How did Sandy get back to 18th?
He had that spin coming up. I don't know if he got back there now. There we go. There's a good look at Peter Morris's rear, Jeff. Still having a good look at Peter Morris's rear.
Very close.
Lap 25. Here we go. I know what's coming. It is lap 25. I think we might just go the gyro here. Have a bit closer look from this angle. You're absolutely working it like a treat here, Sando. You definitely bagged up at some stage in that first stop. And that second stop, sorry, mate. In that second stop, you've bagged up really well. Got yourself down 11 spots. See what we can do here. And chugging along.
Great footage.
Oh, he's having a look here. He's having a look. Nah, can't get it done. Oi, he's big time. Ooh. Can he hang on to it? Can he hang on to it? No.
Oh.
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 Jesus.
Oh, wow.
That's big.
Oh, still going. It's alive. Nah, he's just tried the old cheat to get back to the pits. Didn't quite work. That one's blocked off. Good old Trav saying stop, drop and roll. Is that one way of getting out of a penalty? Stop, drop and roll. And nicely waits for traffic, gets himself going. Nice work, Sando. As Darryl Callahan still out in front. As continuing on. And let me go back to my list. Got a few laps now.
It's hard to watch when you're sitting in third. It's hard to watch first and second drive off half a second a lap or more every lap. Just keeps going. Me and Dave Holly we're having a great time. But third and fourth, please. We're burning around good.
You got to remember too, like, big talking point. You know, we've had 2 weeks or 3 weeks, if you want to count this week's practice as well. We've had 3 weeks of guys lapping and lapping and lapping Sebring. So a lot of guys have done a lot of laps, a lot of practice, a lot of time. So it's not your standard. It looks like Holly heading into the pits. It's not your standard sort of coming into round one. And I know I very little time in the sim. And you got other blokes that'll take the 2 weeks, walk away. Whereas 3 weeks, you take your 2 weeks, walk away, you come back, you get a week, and then the week before with 2 weeks. So it's not a big gap. But if you got those guys that have just gone from race round 10 straight into Sebring, and then here we are. So it's we're what I've said. A lot of other guys have taken that 2 weeks off. So it's an interesting one in itself. And then don't forget too, the rookies have also gone through pre-qual, so they've had plenty of seat time.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I'm a rester after the end of the season.
Some of us were silly enough to attack Chicago street circuit for a week.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Just wish it would hold 60 cars.
Oh,
I'm glad it doesn't. I'll run the radical around there, and that's enough.
Hey, Doug,
Got a
right?
couple of races in the V8 around, or the Gen 2 around Chicago.
Yeah, Bruce did the 12-hour, which I think was at Sebring, wasn't it? As well.
Oh my, there's going to be a lot of unhappy Carlton supporters out there.
Again?
they were winning.
Again.
Oh,
They were.
they're true to form.
Ross Watson, Darren Freer.
Give hope, take it away.
Actually, I've got a question. You guys that are in this split, and you guys on YouTube, how many use the traction control, the throttle shaping?
Nah. Didn't touch it.
No.
Never heard of it.
Found it very
Is there-
good.
I keep it on the linear.
It's one way to fix up. Well, that's that. A setup that doesn't suit everyone.
My big game with this car was I did a practice session with and Zippy was in there, and I got talking to him, and he helped me fix up my braking with some settings.
Yeah, braking was another thing that I found.
Yeah,
A lot of bumper bars floating around
I
through
saw that.
the splits. Yeah.
I think that might be Jeff Sandford's legacy one.
Yeah, we had a few in ours too.
A great little battle here with Morris, Tommy Hughes and Peter Wilkinson.
Marty must have just battled all night, really. Well, but he had so much speed early.
He was battling with his computer
Oh, okay.
as well. So, yeah, Marty was struggling in more ways than one. Let's just jump up with Braden. He's under a bit of pressure from Dave Holly.
Blowing motor on lap 3 doesn't help either.
Nah.
No. Yeah, I thought I was a bit I was expecting him to come back. Dave and Braden, are they the same team? No.
Braden's Frog Leap Juiced.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Remember, one of my teammates got very excited on lap 3 thinking it was player one on player one action, and it was bloody my teammate and Braden. It's like, oh, cars look a bit too like they like. But you know Jeff Sandford though, he's the gold member. I'll let everybody go to their Austin Power references there. Adam Hughes in for his second stop. Starting to see some of these second stops eventuate at the moment. Of course, Callahan, Whiting, Schaefer, KO, Philho, I'll try and pronounce it right. Sean Slater, Rob Baxter, Luke Powell still need to, well, Luke's already done his second stop. I'm seeing Hughes. Fu, Holly has done his second. Braden O'Loughlin coming in as well. Can we have a look at the golden banner? Yes, sorry, I probably should have done that. Thank you very much. Mr. Phil Marsh, here he is. And let's go. Got a special camera angle for that. There it is, the golden banner. The V8 Vets over 70s champion, Mr. Phil Marsh. I tell you what, I reckon to be able to sit in the sim at 70 is an effort in itself. So hats off to Phil. Very, very tough 5-race championship against the one and only David Logsdale, our other 70-year-old in the competition. Of course, for those,
Well done, cool.
and of course for those in Split 1, watching Split 1 broadcast would have seen Greg Sharp with the over 60s banner as well. So the over 50s banner is up for grabs this season. If you want to get that on your car, I highly recommend you register for the championship. Get yourself in there and make the most of it.
Said to Phil the other day, when he wins the over 80s golden banner, I'll be shooting for the over 70s.
Jump on.
I hope I'm still racing it over 70.
Oh, the way my knee is, so do I. I'm racing over 60 at the moment.
Yeah, I reckon 42 laps last night was good for the knees. 50 laps was a worry.
Yeah, after doing an hour knee rehab with the physio beforehand. Thursday nights are a bit of hard work. Rob Baxter sneaks in for his stop now, coming in from P8. The master tactician, the strategist, the Bernie Collins of V8 vets. The dedicated racer that he is. No, Peter, no drop rounds for that series, mate. Too short. With only 5 rounds. Still worth being involved, though. Make sure you got your name down, Pete. Love to have you in there.
Over 60s was so much fun. I'd really, if you got the time on a Monday night, have a crack. Good. And it was really fun racing against split 1 guys, split 2 guys, split 3, all in the one race. It was
Got to
really
remind.
learn
Yeah.
the split 1 guys make less mistakes. That's what I learned out of the over 60s.
Very much took me back to the early days when vets used to be 1 split.
Yeah.
I don't think so, Jeff. I don't think anyone missed their second stop. I did actually even go and have a look and check those that did. I haven't checked the late ones, but checked most of them that did the stop and hold to make sure that they were absolutely, definitely going. Getting their second stop done. Yeah, definitely a lot happening at the moment. Of course, Pete Morris was talking about before. His PC was basically cooked on lap 1. Do you believe he may have upgraded this week? So we'll see what happens. And Dave Baldock, if you're still there, that is my season 4 filler. So we have the over 60s, 70s, season 1, season 2 over 50s, season 3 over 40s, and then looking at doing some form of race of champions at some stage. So whether that's at the end of season 3, where I'm looking at doing a race of champions between our season winners and our over age champion winners, and maybe place podium getters as well, and doing something a bit different. But we'll have a look at that one when we get closer to it. Hopefully I have more time by that stage as well. Definitely a few things happening here as well. It is someone lock up a bit of tyre smoke there. It's lap 31 at the moment. Let's check on our friend Mr. Tom Freer. He's in a good little battle here as well. Sorry, Darren. I should say Tom. Tom's his young bloke. Of course, races for Vermeulen Motorsports. Tom, absolute gentleman of a driver, absolute cracker, former SSR, drives very well, very fast young bloke. Another one of the Pro Series drivers. And of course, Dad stepping up, getting in the car and having a go, which is always great to see as he gets past Ross Watson.
Ross ran up again.
Dave Leslie in front, still got to stop.
I'm just trying to look here. Has Luke Powell had 2 stops yet?
Lukey Powell has had 2 stops. So the battle's starting to intensify at the stop. Slater and Philo goes in for the stop at the moment. And Doug Wright, Dave Leslie, Darren Freer still need to do their next stops.
Did find that cars with their front missing, like Darren Freer has, were still very quick.
Yeah.
So I think something iRacing need to look into there, because they should be as quick. I had one that was hanging on to me 4 laps, and I couldn't pull a second on him. Granted, he's a quick driver, but he shouldn't be able to hang on like that without a complete front.
Let's jump on with KO. Under a lot of pressure from Rob Baxter.
I reckon Rob buggered up his strategy. He's the best strategist I've met, but he buggered it up last night. I reckon he probably would have finished top 5 if he didn't have to stop 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
You're flying back from Melbourne to Brisbane, getting an Uber home.
getting slapped by the missus. He's missed him for the whole time he's been away with his business trip, and you know, she thinks she thinks he's going to rush home to, you know, have happy relations with the missus and hi, bye into the sim room. Braver man than me, Rob. Braver man than me.
Yeah.
There's Lester Craig, one of your teammates, Mark. Doing quite well here.
Doing well. He was down there in last place the earliest part of the race.
He seems to be climbing a lot. Like he goes back and comes up again.
And it's going to quickly see if I can find where Darren Freer came out, which I can't. What's going on here?
Lost.
And him again. I might have missed what I was looking for, I think. Oh, no. Right on the button. Oops. Morris under a fair bit of pressure from Dave Leslie. There's still a few battles about. Speaking of battles about, this bloke is starting to catch up. An absolute cracking battle here.
And all I could do last night was catch up. And that was about it.
Well, I'm going to throw you on the spot, Phil. Going to love me for this. Mark's already laughing because he knows what's coming.
Right.
Hit the right button. Here we go. I want you to talk me a lap.
Oh, this is my lap.
Yep, this is your lap.
Barrel.
Yep.
Oh, the Iceman.
Yep.
Always trying to go on the inside there to sort of pressure him. Oh, he hit the wall. I thought, is that when he hit the wall? He hit the wall at some point. Might have been a little bit later. But right here now, patience corner through here, and then the patience corner. I'm thinking just back off, get the exit to try and get him on the hairpin, or at least show my nose down there to try and pressure him. So we flat out go the inside, try and hold it. Yeah, but yeah, could never get in there. Yep, lost it, wheel spin. I'd lose my advantage. That's when I'm starting to think, don't try and attack. Don't try and attack. Just sit back and pressure. At this point, I reckon I was quicker than him, but he was hard to overtake. And he'd hold his line and fight well. Like, it was impressive. It was fun racing. I reckon I had him around this next complex. I don't know about this lap, but hopefully I'll close the gap. Felt like I was quicker from here through to the back straight. Yeah, so I could close the gap, and then I'm thinking, if I can get anywhere near him, I'll try to take the inside line coming into the front straight, which is probably dumb, but I'm a pretty dumb racer. But I was just trying to pressure him to... No. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did take that line. But he was closing the door. He was good. He could close the door really well. Great to race against.
He's not making mistakes, and he's super consistent.
Yeah.
He's done a 2:06.6. That's fast.
Yeah.
That's what I qualified at. Oh, I think I did 6:3, but that's fast.
Yeah, no, he's doing quite well. You're doing quite well as well. Look at Bulldog there. Drink, everybody.
Yes. Luke's done a 2:05.9 there. Jeez, that's going good.
Yeah, Luke's coming. No, newsboys dealing with traffic as well. Of course, just getting past Bulldog.
I'm sitting there watching Luke at 12 seconds, and how many laps I'm going, that's a second a lap. Good. Yeah, but he had a second a lap on us. He was...
Of course, good mates with Chris Barrage and getting tutelage under Chris. And one boy's getting a bit of tutelage under Blake Warboys as well of late, so... Definitely working to get quicker.
I don't want to spoil it for everyone watching, but that 11-second gap gets a lot shut down pretty quick.
We'll see. Someone Lester Craig, he's having a very good hard look at Adam Hughes here, putting a fair bit of pressure on him.
The chrome paintwork looks good on these cars, doesn't it?
Yeah. They've definitely done a good job. Of course, he did deliveries for you this time, Mark.
Brett. Yeah, Brett's still doing deliveries.
Yeah, he does a bloody good job, doesn't he?
He does.
What's the name of his?
He
does deliveries for everyone.
Yeah, he just does it for our team. I'm sure. Yeah. I don't know whether he'd actually do that. We'd have to fire him a PM and see.
Yeah, some good guys are in.
There is.
Dean Flavelle is an absolute cracker at doing liveries. Like, yeah. I'm so looking forward to Anzac round coming next season. The liveries that Dean has done for WK&P are absolutely amazing. And our next retro round when it comes, the amount of liveries to choose from that we have is extraordinary, and what Dean has done there, absolutely sensational. So if you're watching, Dino, hats off to you, mate. We'll catch up with you at some stage. Yeah. And I think, Infinity, it's Hamish gets them all done. Yeah. So quite a few teams have quite a few good guys doing the hard yards, that sort of stuff. And, any of the rookies out there, looking for a livery to be done, don't be scared to ask. Someone can help you out. You'd be surprised. People are more than willing to put their hand up to help with banners and help with liveries and things like that. It's one of the great things about vets. We all pitch in and help, get around each other. That is a great driving here from Leicester. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of months back, I taught myself how to bloody do deliveries. I reckon I lost 4 days of my life. So whatever it costs you to get a livery, it's cheap.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm about to have a bash at loading. I have done one many years ago, but yeah, I'll have another crack at it.
Well, it's satisfying when you do it, but yeah, it is genuinely it's a tough gig.
I painted the old Mustang up to be in the same colours as one of the Shell Sierras. Come out quite good, but yeah, it was a long time ago.
When you start doing the spec maps and that sort of part of it, it really becomes time consuming as well.
This was way before spec map days.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to watch 2-hour YouTube videos on how to do it.
Or spend 2 hours doing trial and error. Oh, push this number to that number, that number to that number, and we'll see what happens. Let's reverse it and see what it looks like.
I lost 5 hours because it wouldn't work, and I found I was 1 pixel out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Or you save it as you're saving the spec map as 32-bit instead of 24-bit. Yeah.
Will Wilson in the chat. I can do flat black with flat black logos.
That's quite funny. It's quite funny. Like one of my favorite liveries that I've ever seen was done by Brenton Hobson or Hobbo. Most of you probably know him as, and it was SSR Bathurst livery that he did for Jordan Ross. I think it was about 3 years, maybe 4 years ago. And it was a black car where they'd used the spec map to do the liveries on the car. So it was basically, the angle of the car you'd look at, you'd see the logos over the car on the spec map. It was done so well. Hats off to Hobbo, but yeah. Looked amazing. Aaron Freer in the chat. Hope it's raining out at Leeton, mate. Hope you're getting a bit of some of this moisture that's coming down from up north. Be dry out this part of the world. Very dry in Western Victoria.
So who's that? Freer in Leeton?
Darren Freer, yeah.
Darren Freer, Leeton, the old Redlegs. I used to play footy against Leeton many, many years ago. I was in Wagga playing for Turvey Park.
There you go.
Yeah.
Old Turvey Park. Okay. Bit of pressure being put on Craig Rose here. Someone probably make a mistake about this stage, I think.
Oh, the black.
Whoops. There we go. I always like to show my mistakes just to show that I'm not special. I'm not picking on everyone else.
It's good for the sponsors. Troy will be happy.
Matty Fu. He's up 6 spots. He's doing well for a rookie, representing Apex Esports. And the other one up 19 spots, Rob Baxter.
I've got to say, the rookies are doing quite well.
They are doing very well. Bruce McLeod pointing out Isaac Edwards, who does all of the replicas of the supercars in trading paints. Does a great job as well. Of course, Darren over at Daytona 500 as well. Did paste some good pics of that. That would be an epic thing, I think, to go sit and see, just to hear the noise and feel the speed of a super speedway with the NASCAR. That would be very, very, very special. So I hope you enjoyed your trip, mate.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Check on Daniel Schaefer. Still going. Sitting in fourth.
Yeah, me and Dave were just banging around there. Probably a little elastic band between us, between 0.7 and 1.1 for laps after laps.
They're up 11 spots. Nothing wrong with that. And that battle up front getting closer and closer. You are slowly catching here, Phil.
Yeah, I was feeling. I had the pace, but I had the pace to catch. But like they say, it's one thing to catch, it's another thing to pass.
Lots of lap cars too at the moment. It was.
Of course, only a handful of laps to go. Plenty of lap cars about.
Yeah, I'd find that I'd get close, then you'd had to deal with the lap cars, and you'd back off, and then you had to come back again. Yeah.
Oh, bit of a twitch there, Phil. So, of course, those who are in the Friday night chook raffle, I hope you got number 606 078 222 176. You might be in the chance here to take home the chook. But before we do that, of course, we have to do the Chubby Buns drive of the day. So definitely let us know in the chat how you're thinking down that line. So we've only got a handful of laps to go. As Callaghan gets his way through there. Jamie McKnight voting for Dave Who will. Are you going to be confused with Matthew Fu? With Dave Who? I'm not sure. Hey, lap 39. And Callaghan handled the pressure here. Jim saying he gets 2 votes. Look out. Smart money's going on Rob Baxter at the moment. The Chubby Buns Award.
It's a good award. I got the stubby in the mail the other day, mate. I'm sitting here drinking cans. Now. Very relaxed environment.
Yes, of course. Hats off to Jim and the lads at Chubby Buns for getting behind that one, and Reg James from LGC Images for getting the stubby holders done and getting them out. So that was a nice, pleasant surprise for all of our season 22 Chubby Bun winners. Even managed to get a couple over the ditch. Bit of a look-ski there from Hughes. Nice racing for Gamma Flare Esports this season. No longer has the Nara fastness on the side of the car. Great little battle here between these two lads, though.
Yeah. For just a short moment in time, they took the pressure off me.
Margo Baldock with a question mark. Is that a vote for Baldock for driver of the day? Interesting one. Be careful, Margo. What does he want to see Baldock? Because he wants to drink. Where is he? There we go. Drink. Let's go back to Dave Holly. Yes, they did, Jeff. I mailed a box full out at the end of last season.
Vote me. Sarge Motorsport.
Well, he's in the hunt. He's up 6 spots in 20th. He's doing quite well. So it's great to have everybody out in the chat getting involved as well. 47 people out there watching us, so make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. And definitely lap 41, Whiting and Hughes Bit of contact.
Oh,
Bit
geez,
more
the boys.
contact.
Oh,
Oh.
who was that hit me?
I know nothing.
Oh,
Sorry.
there's Luke Powell.
There's Luke
Oh,
Powell.
geez.
Look at him swooping in.
Didn't he? That thing's on rails.
Yeah, mine wasn't.
That was a bizarre situation, that because I was so focused on getting in front of Carl, and then had these boys in front of us in the corner stopped, and it was like, oh, I've got to go. I'm going to hit someone. I'm going to go this way.
At this point, Daryl had slowed down. I thought he got a slowdown, but because I'm a dumb racer, I didn't realise he was having fuel problems.
No, but
I told myself I wasn't going to attack, and I was, again, as a dumb racer, I attacked. Caused grief. Anyway.
and Lukey Powell brings the M1 machine, sponsored by Pecky Performance, Dyno and Tune.
What's happened to Daryl? What's he out of fuel?
Yep.
About to pit. Yeah.
Yeah, out of
Sensible
fuel.
little question.
Yep.
I felt so sorry for him. Yeah.
No.
I was wondering whether it was
Thanks,
that.
mate.
I was wondering whether it was that or whether he got 17 incident points.
I don't know. Yeah, could be either. Yeah.
Because there was, like I said, those
he's
first sort of 5-10 laps was very argy-bargy. And he was up front and in the middle, and yeah.
He noticeably slowed down up the main straight on that lap. Like he was so much.
Well, it could have been
like
fuel,
he was
yeah.
Vulnerable.
Yeah.
He was vulnerable, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to have a crack. But yeah, he still fought. And yeah, I couldn't do it properly. And then we just let Luke, because he was coming at us at a rate of knots. Yeah. And,
That's unlucky for Daryl, isn't it?
Yeah.
Frustrating. Hour and a half in the seat. That happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
When he
couldn't
figured
figure
it, I
out
thought,
what
oh,
happened.
poor bugger. That's just, buggered.
We'll have to get Adrian Zippy Zeal to send him some fuel cards.
Well, he obviously put more than 4 litres in.
That happened to me in a couple of seasons ago at Bathurst, and it's a safety car, and that auto fuel and average,
Yeah.
it gets you. I wonder whether that might have got him. Yeah.
Otherwise, I've actually do a bit of maths before I do the race now, just so I know how much total I should have.
Yeah, that's the
I
magic
got
number,
caught out
isn't
the
it?
exact same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think there's been a change in the fuel thing from iRacing. It's average of 10 laps, not 5 laps or something.
Well, there's been a change
If I'm
because
wrong, Bruce.
the API file all of a sudden for me now after the last round of updates is definitely turning itself back on where I had it turned off. So the API file's changed. Noticed that last night. And it is a magnificent drive. Get himself over the line in P1. That is a great drive from Lukey Powell. Let's go quickly read a couple of messages. Where's the over 50s race on Monday night? Marty Hughes. You need to look in Discord, but I can tell you it is at Bathurst because that is where we are racing next Thursday night. We like to stitch the two together. And home in second, Phil Whiting.
Nice job, Phil.
The man, the myth, the legend. Daniel Schaefer. He's running here just in front of Adam Hughes. And Daniel, of course, is up 12 spots to get himself onto the podium unless he makes an absolute Cam Veacock of Sunset. Really should. I really should find that and post that in Discord so people can see it just because we love Cam. And for those who know Cam did touch base with me about a month back. Clock is ticking. We are down, I think, to about 310 days or 305 days till he will be with us. Started doing some practice and getting ready seat time, so he is coming. Adam Hughes will come home in P4. It is a great drive from Hughesy. Up 6 spots. Very, very hard fought drive from him. Dave Holly will bring it home in 5th, just in front of a hard charging Darryl Callahan, letting it all hang loose.
With the shits. All right.
Oh, yeah. He's done well to get home in 5th, though. In 6th, sorry.
God, yeah.
And Lester Craig is the next man. He's down 3 spots from where he started in 7th. Bit of a crowd favourite. A lot of people asking for him for driver of the day. Sean Slater up 13 positions. Great drive from him. Just in front of KO Phil Ho. Need to catch up with me, mate. Will teach me how to pronounce it properly.
3 rookies in the top 10.
I know.
Yeah.
And this bloke, come on, this bloke here, he's got to be a contender. Up 19
Absolutely.
positions in the top 10.
I won't say chubby buns, but maybe a drive for Ray Bull.
Well, I did suggest that might have been why the business trip in Melbourne was to see if he could get Liam Lawson's spot in the team, which they gave to Yuki instead of him. Matty Fu, I hope I'm pronouncing that right too. Hope it's not the other version of it. Matty Fu in 6th, up 6 spots in 11th. That's a great drive from him. Another rookie. So this is another rookie just outside the top 10 as well. So that is a great effort from him. The man, the myth, the legend, the bloke. I need to get a good podcast back on the road later this year. You need to get a few podcasts out so I got something to listen to. Wilco, absolute gentleman driver, top bloke. Love listening to his podcast, particularly when he started talking about V8 vets and what it meant to be racing in it and what it meant to him and the psychological challenges of racing in vets, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, just highlighting how great this league really is. From a split 4 perspective, the pressure, the reality, the mentality, in split 4 is the same as it is for split 1. And of course, Braden O'Loughlin, another one of our favourite Kiwis, sending it in from over the ditch, taking the wide line here. He's going to finish in 13th. Jeff Sandford brings home the missing front, the machine, the crease in the roof. Very lucky boy to be still rolling around, finishing in 14th. Tim Hall in 15th, up 17 spots, another contender. Marty Hughes, after blowing his engine early, being up the front on pole, manages to get it home in 16th. Ross Watson in 17th. Doug Wright, another one of our rookies, representing Old Mates and Sons, home in 18th. 19th is Darren Friend. 20th will be Pete Morris. And that rounds out our top 20. I don't think you want to know where myself, Baldock, and Gunter are. I'll leave it at that. That was that sort of night. I'm glad I didn't show what happened to me.
Gunter got lapped, unfortunately.
Gunter got touched up by Anita, and Gunter is still sending messages today that I got touched by Anita. Anita touched me. He's very excited. I'd be very worried, Gary. He's very excited. Yeah. I think what was the song? Touch My La La La. I think that's what he was quoting today. Anyway, we'll leave that. We'll start talking Lukey Power, the man, the myth, the legend. He, of course, would like to thank M1 Sales, car sales in Brisbane. If you need a car up in that part of the world, if you're not in Sydney, where you can talk to the lads at West End Motor Group. If you're up in Brizzy looking for a motor vehicle, highly recommend you go talk to the boys at M1. Have a chat to Darren Crosby and the team there. And, of course, also sponsored by Parramatta Isuzu Ute, Sudspeed, Pecky's Performance, and Dyno Tune. Highly recommend you catch up with those boys. Have a chat to them. I know he'd like to thank Chris Barrage for his coaching, and also like to thank Blake Warboys for getting in and giving him a hand as well. Moving on to you, Phil. Who makes you grind your gears, mate?
Oh, well, firstly, I'd bloody all hail to bloody Luke. If you think of what happened to him through the race with all the little touch-ups and spins, he should have won that by a lap and a half, and he only won it by just under 5 seconds. So it was a great race. Yeah, look, Passion Sim Racing, they're a really good bunch of blokes. Thank Dano and Jono and sponsors. We got Safety First Tarenga, that they're over in New Zealand. Old Horgie's part of the team. He races iRacing, so that's really good. It's a little town on the Bay of Plenty over there in Auckland. I think Stanmore Road Auto Parts in Christchurch, and also Simblacks. They're in Auckland, and they're a sim racing sort of equipment supplier. So apparently do a bloody great service. All the boys talk them up really good. So yeah, thanks to those guys for dragging me. I had no idea about league racing. I sat here for about 4 or 5 years just driving officials all by myself, and joining vets has probably taken iRacing to a new level. You blokes astounded at the organisational professionalism and the way he's run the league. So very impressed. But thank you.
Too easy, Phil. Then, of course, Jamie, I'll send you a DM about what you posted. Daniel Sheriff was up 12 spots. Got to be a contender for driver of the day. Sitting in third. Daniel, who grinds your gears?
You guys, you do. It's a fantastic series that you just run. Obviously, RaceKraft and all the associated sponsors that help it run the series. For me, Glenn, my partner in crime, Wheeler Cranes and West Cranes, two different wheelers at Tomago there in Newcastle, and West Cranes in Vineyard near Windsor. And then Omen Race Engines, my little hobby engine building program. So that's thanks, boys. Thanks, everyone.
Engine building program. What sort of engines do you build?
I've got a hobby business porting 2-stroke RC powerboat motors. So
Okay.
that started about 18 years ago, but I actually raced 6-litre powerboats for a long time, and I still build some 6-litre stuff now. I've got 2 Roush Yates NASCAR motors, alcohol injected things, and I've sort of bought some Dodge R5 NASCAR stuff that I just built up, and so I finished an engine just before Christmas and sold it. It's gone in a skid car then in Victoria, like a burnout car, and then I've got another R5 getting built. Well, I built it, but I'm just getting some machining stuff done, and making sort of 800 plus, turning just a bit over 9,000. Pretty nice bits of gear. Yeah.
It's amazing. This league just blows me away what people do. Seriously, I got an idea for a podcast, but I just need time to do it. Anyway, we'll keep moving on. And we got one other decision to make, boys, and that is who is the Chubby Buns driver of the day. I think I didn't delete the old text, so I'll quickly do that now. If I can find it. Not you, Phil. Sorry, at this stage.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking, not again.
Righto, lads. We've got a big vote in the public chat, of course, for Lester Craig. Of course, got Daniel Schaefer up 12 spots, Rob Baxter up 19 spots in the top 10. No, giving up a bit of nookie time with the missus for racing vets. That's got to have a bit of weight on the equation. Lester Craig, of course, dialing it in, being the rookie. Darryl Callahan being the highest rated rookie up in 6th. I'm going to throw it to you boys.
I'm probably from a strategic point of view, when he buggered his strategy up and he had to pit 3 times and he had to fly in from Melbourne, I think Rob Baxter's had a hell of a time getting from 29th to 10th. So he's done well.
Him or I'd go him or Luke. I'd go. I think Luke's come from God knows where to map everybody. So
what about you, Heels?
I would have said Luke, but he beat me.
I reckon Luke.
You reckon Luke?
That was a good drive, but Luke, for the amount of incidents he had to come back was that was a pretty good drive.
Insane.
Yep.
I tell you what, you're making this hard for me. You've left this to me, haven't you?
Yep.
That never happens.
The deciding vote.
I'll tell you what, bugger it. I'm going with this one.
Chairman,
Luke is quick. We know Luke is quick. And if you're quick, you got to get your way back. We're going to go with this bloke. This Muppet's got it.
Yeah, give it to him. Good job.
Well done, Rob. Peter, I'm sorry, but well done, Rob. Congratulations. Hopefully you can use this acknowledgement or this accolade is probably the word I'm looking for. You can use this accolade to put on your CV. I hear a reserve driving job's coming up at Audi next year when they take over Sauber, so hopefully this might help for that. Congratulations, Rob. I know how tough it is. I've been bouncing around the countryside myself enough these days. I know how hard it is to jump in the sim after you've been out and about or away working and everything else. Jump in the sim, throw caution to the wind with everything else in life at home, and race away. And I know how passionate you are about all this, mate, so well deserved. Congratulations.
Yeah, good on him. He's always there. I gotta say, thanks to the people who actually voted for me in the chat. I'll take that. I obviously haven't pissed him off. That's a good thing. I haven't read into him.
Sean Slater doing something exciting. So next week we are off to Bathurst. Of course, the over 50s get the first look in, and Jim Caparone, so he's getting a chubby right now. I told you, Jim, he's not getting a chubby because he upset the missus last night because he walked straight in the door, said hello, and walked straight into the sim room. Any opportunity of that sort of action, long gone. And anyway, Wilson wants a chubby bun girl. Anyway, on that note, next week we are at Bathurst. We all know what the mountain is. We all know what the mountain means. We all know how hard it is to drive. It's the first time we're going there in the Gen 3s. Last night was supposed to be an enduro. We cut it short at 250 because of the maintenance. I'm under a little bit of pressure in the chat to make next week an enduro, and also 2 sets of tyres, also rain. So make sure you read the sup regs. Fair chance it's not going to be much, probably 250k still. On that note, yeah, I think everybody, it was a good round one. Split 3, we probably need to work a bit better. It's probably a few too many incidents, and it's not going to get any easier at Bathurst, particularly with how tight the track is. If there are incidents on top of the mountain, that will bring the safety car. Need to be conscious of those sorts of things. It's going to be tough. And make sure if you are going to get into the over 50s, jump in, register before 6 o'clock on Sunday. Otherwise, you won't get a seat. If we get more than 60 cars, we will be, actually say 59 cars because I've got to see how many we can put at Bathurst. If we get more than 59 cars, we will be doing some quali. If we get less than 59 cars, we'll be racing. So we'll work that one out when we get to it on Sunday night. Huge thank you to the guys that have put their hand up to do the race control for the series. Big thank you to Ed and Bruce for doing the broadcast for the series. Like I said at the start, the idea of the age championships was a bit of a fun series, which Phil was talking about. B was also the idea of having a bit of fun as well and trying to make it a bit more one split mentality, where split 1 to split 4 all participate and have a bit of fun and a little bit more lighthearted. Yeah, definitely good in that sense. The season started, so I can take a breath now as well. Very tough gig to get up and running with 200 plus drivers. Huge thank you to Race Control guys. I know Trav and Luke absolutely got buggered last night. I know they were still working well up to about 12 o'clock on going through incidents. Us as split 4 drivers, we need to do better so they're not having to hang around that long. What else can I say? Huge thank you to our sponsors, of course, RaceKraft Simulations, West End Motor Group, Logitech, Chubby Buns, Sud Speed, and of course also Sud Speed. Their gloves are fantastic. Like, I don't know if you saw the post today from Jordan Ross with his new gloves. They are absolutely sensational. Dave Simsport as well. They're another one. Make sure you get on and support them. Parramatta Aussies Utes or West End Motor Group. Want to thank Craig, Daniel, Mark, and Phil for jumping in, helping me out with the commentary. And I want to thank, I think I did say we hit 50 at some stage during the broadcast. So huge thank you to them. Did notice a couple of banners, so make sure you get your banners sorted before next round as well, guys. Anything you boys want to add?
Yeah, I was
thank
going to
you.
say banners for split 3 guys. Yeah, it wasn't good last night, so get on that.
No
I was
worries.
just going to say big thank you to Race Control. It's even when you're on the wrong side of them, it's an impressive setup the way vets are running their league. So 2 things, I think: the admin, John and Scotty, and how that all runs, and then the way the Race Control works. It's just it's strict, it's hard, it's fair, and it's fun. So yeah, I really enjoy it. So and learn a lot as well.
It's a great job in the background when you watch them all work together. And like Greg Favell is a consummate professional, knows what he's doing, does it for some other leagues. Dave Coleman whips the guys into shape really well. Pete Baxter comes in, he's there, doesn't do the race control, but Pete's there to help them if they want help. He's happy to talk to them. What people don't realise across the league, I've got Mark Duggan as a DSO. Mark, everyone talks as Jamie McKnight as the people's champion, but it was Mark that pushed Jamie to do those championships every season. Absolute cracking driver. Absolute cracking life story there if you ever get the chance to sit down and talk to him. Back to that podcast. The other one is in that group as well. I've got Jake Burton now. For those who have been around sim racing for a long time, know who Jake Burton is. For those who haven't been around sim racing for a long time, Jake Burton has been racing for a very long time. He's been the pain in the butt for race control for a very long time in multiple splits. I say that in the nicest way, but he is one of the most calculating, challenging drivers. Pushes hard, races hard. And we've got him as a DSO in our higher splits, who also comes down and helps out the lower guys if they've got a question. And Jake to step onto the other side and the way he does it, and the way he does it for vets is absolutely sensational. He does that in amongst his personal study. He also races in XL with his partner. And Jake's also I believe this year a Super 2 engineer. It's for BJR. So he's trying to juggle his life and still, when he can, gets in and helps us in vets. The split 3 boys, Joe Mahoney. Joe's been doing it for a couple of seasons. He's had a baptism of fire. I've never seen a guy cop it from every angle from drivers, but he keeps coming back and keeps doing the job and keeps doing it well. And really appreciate Joe doing that. And what people don't realise, I've got I think still 15 or he might be 16 now. I've got a 15, 16-year-old person in there helping him called Ty Delaney. Yes, his dad races. Yes, he's part of Fishy. Yes, he is a quick driver, but, he's seeing the other side of the fence and learning the craft, and he's doing a bloody good job of it. So any split 3 guys, when you do go in to talk to race control, just always, when you're going up there in a shitty mood, always remember that he's a 15-year-old kid in that room. And this season, I've got Scott Gamble in there as a DSO in split 3, because split 3 was the trouble group last year. So Scott's in there giving them to a hand. And then split 4, Luke Neville has stepped up and done a really great job. He got coached under Blanchy, and then we threw him in the hot seat, and he's done really well. We threw Travis as the parties, I can never pronounce it right. But we threw Travis in there with him. Travis just sent us a message out of the blue. I want to be involved in vets, and happy to do this, do this. So Travis has done our intro video, which is, then he said, did you want to do vets? Did you want to do race control last season? And he jumped in that, and he's done that really well. Mark Dial will appreciate this comment. When he comes on the radio with his confidence and his tone and his voice and the sound, it is almost identical to Cam Vcop. That's how scary he is, you know. And Lucas Burt, you know, this is a guy that's driven with us for quite a few seasons. I know, you know, sending out the safety car is never an easy thing. But Lucas has been doing it now for quite a few seasons and raced with us for quite a few seasons as well. So hats off to Lucas for still being involved around the league as well. So I can't complain with that. So it's those guys in race control do a cracking job.
Appreciated. It's appreciated.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's a tough job.
yeah, and I know, yeah. Like I'm, as you all know, I'm involved with the Pro Series, and my main role over there is sub regs, managing the RC steward side of the business, you know, and I've got some great cracking people in the race control side with Mike Corral and Simon Black, which makes that real easy because, you know, what they haven't done in that side of the game is nothing. They make me look good, you know, and then on the other side of the fence, my stewards was Richie Barella and Pete Baxter as the chief steward and then Richie Barella as his number 2. You know, they make me look good too, but you know, it's the old management with race control between drivers is always a fun deal. But you know, when you get involved in that side of the game, you realise, I've called it a game, but when you get involved in that side of sim racing, you realise how special these people are, you know, and you realise how important they are in terms of how your league runs and how you make your league look good. And to our team, we've got a huge thank you and really appreciate it. I know that's long-winded, but yeah, thank you. Also, the other huge thank you, of course, I've got to probably throw a few more out. Bruce McLeod, he does a fair bit in the back end. I know he's doing a hell of a lot in the back end as well with iRacing these days with the official splits and all those sorts of things, but Bruce helps out where he can quite regularly. Reg James, his graphics next level, and he pumps them out quite quickly. You know, and I know how hard it is to do that side of things, and he does it so efficiently and so easily, and you know, a lot of the times with no questions asked, here they all are, and here they all happen. I'd like to also thank Michael Stewart. He does a lot of the sets up a lot of the servers and gets all that sort of stuff done for us. Carl Pickering, you know, he pumps out all of our social media stuff and does a cracking job with that. You know, that's all other things that I don't have to be involved with, don't even have to think about, which makes it a lot easier. The other bloke, huge thank you, of course, Dave Coleman looks after the RC and answers a lot of other questions for people along the way. Another bloke, he's not 40. He's got his skin in the game is that he's got older members in his team involved. Definitely going to buy Dave a beer in a month's time when he comes up and sees me. Definitely deserves one. The other one is, of course, Scotty Van Loon. I know he, like me at the moment, is under a lot of pressure and under the pump with his work commitments as well. But, his passion and determination for the league is next level. And it's good to be able to play good cop, bad cop and bounce ideas off each other and get other things done that I can't achieve that he's good at. That's where Scott's really good and we work well together as a management team for the league. And then of course, the huge one I want to thank is basically the 204 drivers we have racing with us this season. I think there's something like 225 people in the league in iRacing, so that tells you how many people are involved. But the drivers themselves, a huge thank you. Most of you, 99% of you guys, entries, bang, done. Thank you very much. Payments done. Thank you very much. League invites done. Thank you very much. You guys doing all that stuff quickly and efficiently makes my job real easy. What you guys don't see in the background is that someone's got to send league invites, someone's got to go into the league, type names in, type race numbers in. And the way it's working in iRacing at the moment, it's absolutely frustrating because each time you type a name, it goes back to page one. You guys doing that sort of stuff makes my job easy and makes the league run easy. And then the other huge thank you, of course, across the whole group as well, is the fact somebody types in to whatever channel in Discord, how the hell do I do back window banners? And there's usually about 3 or 4 guys jump in and say, I'll help you. And that's what I love about this league. This league is built on everybody pitching in, everybody helping, everyone showing comradeship. And goes back to what I was saying with the South Aussie boys. If Jeff's going to organise a catch-up, mark it in your calendar, get there. I know it feels weird at first because you're going to meet a bunch of blokes who are online who you've never met, but you'll be bloody surprised when you do. I know with my own teammates that I've met, like Dave Worrell, hats off to him, mate. He's a brother from another mother, Joshy Drage. Those two blokes, bloke from Sydney and a bloke from South Australia who I'd never met, who are like a brother to me. Not to mention the rest of my team's like a brother to me as well. But it's just Reggie James and Russ. Went caught up with them in Melbourne a couple of weeks ago. Reg has come up here to Albury, had a few beers with us as well. As soon as you start putting faces to names, it really makes it personal, and you really realise that as a older person over 40, we're all getting older. There's all life things, there's all life challenges being thrown at us, and when you can sit down and talk to each other, sit down and also share stories, learn from each other, some of life's challenges and some of life's problems actually start to disappear, and you realise that you're not alone in your own thoughts and your own battles. And that's one of the real key things that I like about this league, from my own perspective and from, I think, talking with other people from their perspectives as well, how this league really bonds people together. I'm rambling, aren't I?
No, good stuff, mate. Good stuff. It is. It's all volunteer stuff, and that's the thing. Yeah, it's all volunteer stuff. It's all goodness of heart shit, so it's all good.
Yeah. Anyway, on that note, I might wrap up the broadcast and let everybody see us again next week when we rock into Bathurst. We go to
the mountain.
We go to the mountain. Yeah. And of course, I had the fun job. We're working up there at the moment, so I've had the fun job of looking at a lot of photos of the mountain yesterday. So anyway,
very good.
You'll be surprised how accurate the power poles are in iRacing on the mountain. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, on that revealing note, we'll say good night and see you all again next week. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, John.
See you guys.
Introducing the RaceKraft PT1, custom-built full chassis racing simulator. The design project, codenamed The Cage, an 80/40 extrusion chassis sitting on top of a Sigma Integrale DK2 Plus 4-point full motion actuator system. No compromises in the cockpit of the PT1 simulator. To maximize the experience, we start with the 49-inch ultra-wide monitor for the greatest field of view in a small footprint of the simulator, down to the SimuCube wheelbase that's tucked up and behind the monitors with SimCore extensions to get things out of the driving area. Everything is connected to a Cube Controls GTX steering wheel with the built-in dash and all the extra button functions available at your fingertips. Driving through the Raceworks S1 pedals, the potentiometer throttle and the 2 hydraulic pedals for brake and clutch ensures you maximize the feel underfoot, and seating yourself into an OMP HTER bucket racing seat with OMP belts connected to a G-belt tensioner to provide that extra feeling and the heightened experience while you're driving. Additional interfaces and accessories in the PT1, we have twin butt kickers, one on either side of the OMP seat, as well as a Jinx sequential shifter, the SimPush Race Logic timer to the left-hand side, a RaceKraft built-in WinSim kit with Philips Hue lighting and a built-in soundbar, plus the OMP side net to finish off the experience in the PT1. The RaceKraft PT1, build number 1, the ultimate in sim racing experience, combining the best products in the market with the passionate, no compromise approach that goes beyond racing simulation.